Part of our success in this program is, number one, following our vision. Our vision as, you know what, our children are important, we're good enough, and we can make a difference.
If you're an outsider, you might just see floor hockey going on. But really what's happening is that those kids that are playing floor hockey aren't at home playing video games. They aren't at the store hanging out front, getting into trouble. They're in a place where they're being looked after, they're getting physical activity, they're socializing with their friends and having a positive experience.
Relationship is key to see change in people's lives, and without that connection of sports and recreation providing a program, we wouldn't have that contact point.
And that's the wonderful thing about recreation and sport, is all those success stories and all those smiles that kids have from the programs.
The NSCRD is the Northern Sport Culture and Recreation District, and we're a nonprofit organization with the goal to facilitate community development in Northern Saskatchewan through sport, culture, and recreation.
It's a holistic view that allows for programming to be developed with the Community School Rec Coordinator on the development of the annual program plan to ensure that there's a cross-section of programs in sport, culture, and recreation that are provided to a variety of age groups.
We really try and focus on building the capacities of the coordinators as well, so providing training opportunities in programming, program planning, to try and give them the skills to be able to do their jobs better.
When I first started, there was very little developed in recreation. Recreation was in a pretty weak point, probably the lowest it had been in Pelican. Really, we just started with what they loved. We started with volleyball, we started with floor hockey, and just went from there. And slowly the structure started to kind of get developed, and the kids started to see the benefits of the program.
This program really focuses on programs that are determined and selected by the community. It's only the community that knows what they need. So through the steering committee, they're able to let the coordinator know what the community needs, and then the coordinator can deliver those.
It's good to get a group of people together who can bring different perspectives, different levels of influence, kind of just how it sounds, steer you in the right direction to where our programs are being the most effective and we're targeting the groups of kids or people that we need to be targeting.
It was really important to have the steering committee because when I initially started, I didn't know how to go about holding the programs. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just have basketball games, volleyball games? What else can I do? Having a meeting with the steering committee, they would sound off and say, well, Nora, you can do beading, you can do nature hikes, you can start soccer, anything. They all had different ideas.
Use the steering committee as a sounding board in the sense of what's working, what's not working, and why. And how could we, do things better? And getting a sense from the steering committee who the local experts are, that could support type of activities that they're discussing.
In the Village of Orange specifically, we only have outdoor activities that kids can do. So they can go and play basketball, they can go play at the playgrounds, they can go to our outdoor skating rinks in the winter. But Gordon Denny School is the only facility where kids can come year-round and have indoor or outdoor recreation programming. So this facility being open is huge.
Kids are kids. They will go out there and find something to do. Whether it's good or bad, they will find it to do. But if there's something's in here going on, they know that there's a place for them to play and to be with their friends. And at first I thought it was just about sports and stuff like that, but after about a week I realized that there was more than that going on. You could tell by some of the kids, they just walk in, like some of the girls, they just would sit on the side or up on the stage in the corners and stuff, and then you go talk to them, and they just open up to you. Right away, they just talk to you.
There's not a lot for kids to do if there wasn't a recreation program. I've heard people say, like, Really, we have the marina and we have the hockey rink, and that's pretty much it. And that's where some trouble can lie with some kids.
We see a lot of youth that are, don't have access to programming or haven't discovered access to programming, and basically they have nothing to do a lot of times, which can lead down a negative path.
One thing we really wanted to make sure that all age groups, all genders, the programming was inclusive, because not everybody's into sports, not everybody's into culture, so we want to really make sure that our programming meets the needs of every child.
Since this program came up, we see a lot of different people coming in, from children to adults, come into this program, enjoy themselves in the gym, play sports or weight lift,
There's one kid, he was sitting inside playing Xbox, and I'm like, hey, come rock climb in. He's like, no, I don't really want to. And I had to really push him hard. Like, no, you're coming. You have to come, man. Like, you got to do it. And he came out to rock climb with us, and he was absolutely phenomenal at it. Like, I've never seen a kid with so much talent. You could see it on his face. He started to smile, and he's like, it started to impact him.
Woo! How's that?
Even his mom and Kukum came up to me like, wow, something just came alive in him. He just switched on, and he's a different kid now.
Kids will come up to us, Joel, Drillin, when's youth center open? Is it open? Is it open? What's today? What's today? What's happening? So just proud that it has been successful. It has been a positive thing for the community, and the community is responding to it.
The steering committee really is the backbone of the program. So without the steering committee, this program couldn't exist. A coordinator could not function. And oftentimes when we see a steering committee that isn't so strong, we see the entire program struggle, because that coordinator doesn't have the support to be able to do really what they can be doing.
I think it's just tapping shoulders in the community. Going out there, there's a lot of people that are interested, but they'll just won't come forward until they're asked or invited. So that's kind of what we do.
We're running close to 60 programs in a year with tons of kids participating every week. What we're realizing more and more is just one person isn't enough. So for me, developing volunteers is really crucial. Getting parents to see, wow, this is life-changing for my kids to be involved in a positive sport.
The realization is, as a community member, I want to give back to my community what I was given. I was given, opportunities for a really good education, opportunities to do a lot of sports, culture, and recreation. We have our Indigenous knowledge, we have our elders, and we have one another as a community. And the more we are community-minded, the more unity. Therefore, we'll be stronger in decision-making and problem-solving.
This kind of work is satisfying and it's rewarding, and when people see that, they want to be a part of it because it's something good.
And I think it's very important for the youth here that I work with to realize that they have the same opportunity I had. So that's my quest.